The Lagoon is the tank that started it all for this YouTube channel. I've had a lot of people ask me what's been going on with that tank here on YouTube, so I think it's about time we go ahead, jump over to the Lagoon, give you guys a tour, and see what's been going on. Let's check it out. What's going on, reefers? Welcome back to another video. My name's Blaine. This is the King Tide Corals channel. Hello, welcome back. It's been a minute since I've talked to you guys. Well, it's been 20 days. Thanks YouTube for reminding me that I'm late on uploads. But I'm here to talk about the King Tide Lagoon. This is the tank that, well, started it all for this YouTube channel. This is a tank that really has blossomed my love for this hobby entirely. It's seen a lot of different biotopes, all kinds of different species, but right now is one of my favorite renditions. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not the cleanest and it's not pest-free, but right now something about it, how it feels and how it looks, really kind of just speaks to me. And that's what it's all about for our tanks. It's not about how it looks for everyone else, it's about how we enjoy it and how we're liking it. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about the changes, what's to come, and how things are going for the King Tide Lagoon. What's going on, reefers? Here is the King Tide Lagoon in all of its glory. I'm really excited to share this update with you guys. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's been going on in this tank. You know, this is the tank that started it all for this channel, and I actually had recently a message from an Instagram follower, I'll pop it up here on the screen, asking what's going on with the lagoon. I had added a fish into the lagoon, and immediately I got some responses saying, hey, what's going on with the lagoon? Let's get an update, it'd be fun. So here we are, gonna give you guys an update on what's changed, what's gonna be happening, and everything that's going on currently here in the King Tide Lagoon. We'll go ahead and start off with corals. And as for corals, things are just really starting to fill in. I'm really excited about all the pieces in this system. Mainly a lot of soft corals, as we've talked about before, gorgonians, softies, macroalgae, mushrooms, and all kinds of different things. I even, I'm hiding two OG bounces here in the front. But one thing I'm sure you've noticed and seen since I've started this update is I have a bit of a bubble algae issue. I've recruited several emeralds and I'm trying to get them to help me get rid of this issue, but currently I'm battling it and I'm not winning. Hopefully I can figure something out soon and I can get this bubble algae to kick away. I don't like doing any chemical treatment. I've talked about this before. Not huge into chemical treatments. I'd way rather just go a natural route. So maybe I just need to source bubble algae eating emerald crabs or something of that sort. But let's go ahead and move on to what's been going on with all the fish in the lagoon. I'll start off with these guys because they're right here and showing off for us, but the pipefish pair has actually been awesome. I'm super happy that things have worked out as I was hoping. The male and the female have learned to really enjoy this tank. The macroalgae is a great habitat for all kinds of different copepods and things for these guys to eat. So the blue stripe pipefish pair has been doing really well in the lagoon. I will say that one day the female slipped through the overflow and into the back chamber, and that was an absolute nightmare trying to get that fish out, because trying to feed or fish a pencil stick out of the back of a tank is going to be really hard. But we'll go ahead and move on from that. The other fish in the lagoon, of course, are the clingfish and the clownfish that we've all known. The clingfish is doing super good. Love this guy to death, this girl or guy. Always hanging out, waiting to eat, sitting right by the food hole. As you can see, there's the feeder hole, and the clingfish will never leave. It'll just sit there waiting like a puppy, hoping to get food soon. So this has really become a great fish for the lagoon, and I've loved it so much. As for the clownfish, we've decided to try for another pairing. This clown was what I believe to be the male in my pair before things went south when I moved down here to Sacramento. But this male is doing well, or sorry, now a female is doing well, and I decided why not try to pair it up. So I snagged the cutest, smallest Sanctus clownfish from my local fish store. I'm really excited about this little guy. I think he's gonna be a great fit. He lives currently inside this blue Anthelia. Pretty fun. The female seems to be taken to him all right, and I'm hoping that the pair works out in the end. But as for fish too, I really want to work on getting maybe one more pair of fish into this tank, because I'm going to talk about an issue here soon about what's been going on with my nutrients in the lagoon. Sorry to cut myself off while I'm giving a tour of my own lagoon, but I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about a current situation in that tank. Recently, I was doing some testing on my parameters and I got down to my nutrients. Normally, I'm more concerned about my nutrients being on the higher end of the spectrum and not really the lower end of the spectrum, but this time around, things were a little different. I got to my test kit, I grabbed my new Hannah high range test kit because I thought maybe I needed that, and I honestly thought it's the best one possible. The low range has way too many steps, don't even get me into it, but the high range seemed perfect for me. I tested out and I thought I messed up on a step because it read out at 0.3. I was pretty shocked. So I sent a couple messages to my buddies, and then I was like, I'm gonna retest. I retested and retested out at 0.0. Now with that in mind, I got a little worried and started to freak out. So I whipped out my other nitrate test kit, my NIOS test kit, and what do you know? My nitrates were sitting at, with the color scheme, and that never works. I never can understand the colors, but it was sitting around 1.3 to about 3.5, anywhere in that spectrum, but other than that, it's not enough nutrients for my tank. My tank is soft coral, chock full, and it's got a bunch of different smaller bivalves in it as well. I think these are the main reasons why I have no nutrients. I'm pretty shocked because I have a pipefish pair, a pretty chunky clingfish, and 2 clownfish, and still kind of leveling out 0 nutrients. I feed quite a bit, but I was pretty shocked to say the least. So with that in mind, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do, whether just bump up feeding, maybe add a couple more fish to the lagoon, or just try to keep balancing things out in general. I know for me personally, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get feeding heavier going, and I'm also gonna get back to a more routine schedule on testing so I can make sure, but also I'm gonna keep my eye out for a couple unique and fun nano fish to add to the tank. One fish in particular that's kind of tickling my fancy currently is a Caribbean sailfin blenny. It'd be really cool. They're a gorgeous fish. I've seen them on Instagram, seen them also on all kinds of different videos here on YouTube, but it'd be a really fun addition to this tank. Now let's go ahead and cut right back to me and talking about what's going on with the lagoon. Sorry about that, Blaine. Well, before we wrap things up, I just want to talk about a couple things real quick, and one of them being this recent addition of this unreal bubble tip. Recently picked up this Colorado sunburst anemone from Thirsty's Reef off of Instagram. It's currently living in a PMW custom box because I don't trust an M and I don't want it to roam free. Some plans for it in the future though is that it's gonna be living in my frag tank. It's a beautiful nem. I wanna give it a basket, give it some more space, but for right now, it needs to remain caged. As for equipment, all of the equipment is still the same, but I have added a bunch of little mangrove seedlings here in the back. You guys know me, I love mangroves, so anytime I can add them, why not do it? I've yet to use this thing basically at all, the AFS from Neptune. What a waste of my own money, but hey, just helping you guys out. Get an Eheim, it's cheaper and it's much more reasonable. But overall though, all the equipment's doing good. Loving this Radion, still loving it. I've loved it since I put it on, but it's such a better, you know, just spread of light for this size tank rather than the AP9X, because the AP9X is just gonna be so perfect for the 50 gallon, the low boy. So really excited about that, but just wanted to say thanks all for coming by, checking out this tour and seeing what's been going on with the King Tide Lagoon. That's it for the King Tide Lagoon tour. Happy I was able to talk to you guys about what's been going on in this tank. This is by far one of my favorite systems here in the office. It's really good that I was able to give it an update and talk to you all about what's been going on. This is the tank that started the foundation of this channel, and I need to make sure that I'm keeping it well updated throughout all of my different videos. Once again, I'm gonna attempt to keep pumping out videos, but I'm sure you all understand it's the holidays, things have been crazy, family and fish tanks and YouTube and all that together makes a big mess. So For me, I'm just trying to focus in on the health of my fish, my tanks, enjoying being around with my family, my loved ones, and hopefully I can just enjoy these holidays. I hope you guys all have a great and a Merry Christmas, Box Day, whatever it is for you guys, however you celebrate, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, anything like that. Hope you guys enjoy your holidays, and I hope you guys start out your new year on the right foot. I'm really excited to go ahead and drop back to my last New Year's resolution video that I did at the beginning of last year. It's gonna be really cool. This was one of my first videos that I made, so it's gonna be fun to see the transition of my videography in general, but it's also gonna be really cool to talk about whether or not I hit my goals and what my goals and resolutions will be for the year of 2022. 2022, that's crazy. Where did the time go? Where are the flying cars? Whatever, Elon, I'm over it. All right, guys, happy reefing.